Hey everyone, Jeremy with Hall Pool Supply. This is a good video. If you can spend 2.5 minutes watching, I'm going to explain how to pick a pool cleaner. Because you get one shot, because you buy them, you put them in the pool, you can't take them out and get your money. Maybe you have to spend 15% or whatever on a refund. But I'm going to start with, and this is good for you if you already have a pool cleaner, because as it degrades and it starts wearing out, you can now look at this video and go, hey, if this is getting to the point to where it doesn't make sense to fix it, I'm going to get this kind of cleaner next time. So let's start with the battle tanks. The battle tanks, if you really don't know what kind of cleaner to get, etc., these work almost every time. This right here has been around for a while. This one came after that. These are both mechanically, and that's the key, mechanically programmed, which means when they engineered it, there's gears and everything where these will both go so many feet straight and then turn and do things like get out of corners, etc., because the gearing in them is programmed to go so many feet, turn, on, and that will cover every pool or the majority of all pools within about 2 hours. So let's start with this one. Now, this came out first, which is a two-wheeler. They found that if you had a pool, when they first came out with them, shaped like this, that this cleaner with the two wheels, and sometimes this one as well, which is why they came out with a two-wheeler, if you have an old 1970s, 75, or built in the 80s, and they had one of these skateboard deep ends, the pool cleaner would get stuck going around and around because it was only going so many feet, 8 or so feet before it would turn. So they came out with this enhancement. So the reason that you don't need this, and you'd have to spend about $100 more for a four-wheeler, is because you have a super deep incline to get from the deep end to the shallow end, and the gearing system in these, they go longer before they turn. This gearing system is shorter for medium-sized pools and then will turn. This one will go another 3 or 4 feet and then turn. So it's made for a deep end incline to get out and a super long pool. Now why? Every cleaner, I don't care if you get this one, if you get the two-wheeler, or even this one here, which is, there's like 3+ million, 3.5 I believe million of these pool cleaners in America today, because this was the first. No mechanical programming. This is all random. You literally have to spend about 10 days watching what this cleaner is doing over here and adjusting it with weights on the hose. But watch what I was saying, every cleaner, after you start adding 30 feet, 40 feet of this hose, it's going to do this. The weight of the hose is going to pull the cleaner up. Imagine that. If you have this cleaner only without the two wheels and you have a long pool, that weight on the hose that is so long is going to start pulling this up. Well, that's why they put the two wheels here, to keep it from tipping backwards. You have also gears in here to give it more traction. So this will keep it from tipping up, and this gearing is designed to go many more feet before it turns. So if you have a steep pool and a long pool, this is what you want. Now, this I spoke a little bit about. Here's why you'd want to buy one of these. I really don't know why, to be honest with you, because I wouldn't go with a random cleaner that they used when they first came out with them, when I could choose from a mechanically programmed cleaner that will definitely clean my pool. Why would you want to keep repairing this? Cheap. It's inexpensive. It has an actual flapper in here, and as long as the disc and everything, there's not much to wear out. But when it does wear out, you can think, instead of spending a couple $100 to keep fixing it, you might want to go to one of these. Now, two other cleaners, which is this, which is a pressure side cleaner. This one here requires a pump to push water down into the cleaner, creates a vacuum, sucks all the leaves up. So bottom line, the only reason you need one of these to have, and they're more expensive, these are about $600-700, and then you need a booster pump to push the water. You might be stuck with one of these. You bought your house and this was what was in it and you've kept it going. Remember, you're running a pump. That costs PG&E, that costs money. So you can cut these booster pumps out if you don't have a tremendous amount of leaves, because on the East Coast, this is king. The pressure side cleaner works because they have so many leaves, but we're on the West Coast and they didn't know about suction cleaners at the time. So you can cut this out and move to the appropriate suction cleaner and stop spending the money to run your booster pump. The last cleaner here is a robot. Notice that the robot does not have a suction hose to move water through it. As a matter of fact, you hook up a regular electrical cord to this. It's running on 12 volts, and this has a filter in it. It has a pump in it, and it brushes your pool. So this is a little bit out of the ordinary. The price points on robotic cleaners have come down within the last 5 years, and it makes a lot of sense, but the upfront cost is a lot more. And if you hate brushing your pool, these actually, here, turn the camera here so you can see this. These actually brush the pool and vacuum up everything. So you're gonna pay probably twice as much, right around that, as one of these. But now you're not running your pump with a robotic cleaner. You're using electricity, about 32 cents per week. You put this in the pool twice per week and it brushes and vacuums and sucks everything up in here, and you're good to go. So this is something that is an energy saver over the long run, but is a big upfront cost. And I think now you kind of have an idea of the different cleaners, the shape of your pool. Come into Hall Pool Supply. We'll Google Earth your pool and help you pick the appropriate cleaner that you need. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.